Welcome to the Great Britain log of conquest, I guess. What happened to our kings and what did they do? I'm not gonna read all of this shit. It's nice, but it sometimes doesn't happen. It doesn't, connect well. See that? So, Henry IV ruled from 12 September 1499 till 9 of June 1445. During his reign, the provinces Coast, Normandy, Gibraltar, Highlands, Orkney, Ulster, Leinster, Munster, and Cornwall were gained. That's not counting, vassals. Yay. Carried about here, was won. The brutal Portuguese reconquest of Salamanca. None of them were competent. At this point, we're still allied with the Portuguese, the upcoming Portuguese. Then he died on 9 June 1445. The Regency Council took over until 2nd of August 1456. Holy shit, 11 years of Regency Council. And an important event of the Battle of the Straits of Gibraltar where the Scottish fleet led by he didn't have a leader. See what I said doesn't connect something. Attacked the Frisian fleet. The 44 ship strong Scottish fleet were almost unscathed, and the 4 Frisian ships. There, you don't say. So the Regency Council made some progress. They got Picardy, Vlaanderen, Armagnac, and Antwerp, which is nice. The expansion against France at this time was hard. Then came Charles I, from 2nd of August 1456 to 6th of February 1461. Really? 5 years. Not even half of the Regency Council. Poor Charles I. He didn't got anything. He didn't have a chance. Although he started shit. He started the War of English Aggression. Battle of Met against the Hanseatic Army. I guess so. Second Portuguese conquest of Tangiers. So on and so forth. He didn't get nothing because he died. And the Regency Council took over until 25 February 1475. For 14 years now. You might think they just want more reign. During their time, we had the second Portuguese conquest of Tangiers, the minor Australian conquest of Niederbayern, the long Australian conquest of Tyrol, the short Portuguese-Castilian communication war, the fifth French reconquest of Calais, already 5 of them, second Austrian reconquest of Nimberman, and we got Lothian, Ayrshire, Fife, Aberdeen, and Western. So most of this time we were doing the Scottish conquest. Then came Henry IV, the fifth, on 25 February 1475. He lasted a long time, more or less, until 9th March 1512. He started a short the fifth French reconquest of Calais, continued in his time. Status quo. We had the second Australian conquest of Niederbayern, 1 year. I don't know. Doesn't say how we did one. Short Burgundian conquest of Liège, short war of Portuguese aggression, where we were competent. Brief English-Byzantine unification war already. Wow. English intervention, unsuccessful apparently. Henry Frederick Bourgogne fought Andras for Desfi in the Battle of Pex. Oh, Hungarian already. 10,083 English soldiers suffered some losses while fighting the 5,054 Hungarian soldiers who lost more. Brutal English reconquest of Ile-de-France. Resulting victory, we got Ile-de-France. Well, Henry V got in Ile-de-France. English reconquest of Artois. The empire was justly instituted by Henry V. Yay! He made a lot of decisions and sent a lot of delegates to the Pope. During his reign, Artois, Lecce, Tortuga, Barajas, Delaware, Manhattan, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Butuc, Tamaruk, and Kent were gained. So while he was busy still fighting French, slowly advancing there, King Henry V expanded to the colonies, to the Americas, North Americas, and got Massachusetts and Manhattan. After him came Edward IV from 9 March 1512 to 6th of May 1533. He saw the short for the English reconquest of Ile-de-France, resulting again in success. I guess. The war was... What decided the war was the Battle of Limousin, when the 23,000 strong English fleet for the 18,000 man strong French army led by Louis XIV de la Barthe, who suffered some losses. Meh. I guess, whatever. No other war, apparently. This short third English reconquest of Ile-de-France took out much of Edward IV's time. During his time, the province of Toulouse was gained. During his reign, the province of Tortuga and Manhattan were lost. Poor Edward. In the reign of Edward IV, we moved our capital to London. What? I guess. After him came Charles II, who ruled from 6th of May 1543 to 20 October 1516. And we fought the British-Byzantine Unification War for 2 years. The long British Crusades against Morocco after 5 years, the status quo. Portuguese Crusade against Morocco for another 4 years. The long British reconquest of Ile-de-France after 3 years. Resulting in conquest, I guess this is the time after we finally took Ile-de-France after 3 wars. Those were the days when France was actually a threat. Well, actually no, by this point France was collapsing under a combined English and Burgundian invasion, right? I believe so. Very good. Where the British forces? We won. Yay. The British 4,000 men won against the 40,000 French who ran away. Emperor Charles II was involved in a bloody Dutch-British excommunication war. Oh, damn. Yeah, those times were nice, right, when we were excommunicated. Burgundian conquest of Hainaut also happened at the same time for 1 year. Epic Moroccan conquest of Tobruk ended after 2 years. A successful Castilian-British excommunication war lasted for 3 years. And Pope, we sent a lot of delegates to the Pope. During his reign, Saint Barthélemy was lost. No. Provinces Andalusia, Tobruk, Fez, the Azores, Unami, and Cadiz were gained, and we lost Saint Barthélemy. Somewhat, somehow. So, expanding to the islands and to North Africa. After him came George I, from 20 October 1560 to 23 November 1587. Took part in the unsuccessful second British reconquest of Ile-de-France. We didn't get Ile-de-France yet. Oh my god. Who lasted 40 years. We fought in the bloody third British reconquest of Ile-de-France after the second. I mean, that was pathetic, I guess. Although we couldn't actually take Ile-de-France, it was the capital. Yeah, we had to take the provinces around it. We then had the bloody British crusade against Bosnia. Yeah. The Serbian Jihad against Great Britain for 1 year. The brief Algerian Jihad against Great Britain. 4 years of that. Second Serbian Jihad against Great Britain. 1 more year of that. Wallachia fought... Historians talk about how the Wallachian fought British in the Battle of Voltenia, led by the Wallachian Lazar II Kosovic. Lost most of their forces fighting the 30,000 men strong British army. Who were almost unscathed. Yeah. That was the biggest army, the biggest battle of the Serbian Jihad. Second of... Right, the brief Huron conquest of Great Britain ended after 11 years. Yeah, long war, because they didn't have forces there. Status quo. The Battle of Belize? Against, we fought Moyans. Yeah, that was the first big colonial war where the natives united against us. Yeah, it was Huron, Mayan, yeah, a lot of shit. A lot of bad shit, but we won't prevail. Reign of George I saw the provinces of Oran, Cayuga, Onondaga, Oneida, Mohawk, Ontario and Kosovo gain. So expansion in North America and the Balkans. After that came the German Frederick I. From 23 November 1587 to 2nd of June 1603. And we battled in the brutal Montenegrin Jihad against Great Britain. Really, yeah. 1,000 men got crushed by 50,000 strong British army, yeah. The British reconquest of Hainaut lasted for 1 year, unsuccessful apparently. We also fought the epic Second Bavarian reconquest of Franken. Also fought in the bloody British crusade against Algiers for not even a full year, 0 years. He won. And then the Malian large jihad against Prussia for another year. The brutal British reconquest burned, and after 0 years, so fast. Brutal Huron reconquest of Cayuga, where we were competent. The short British reconquest of Valento, again, and before a full year. Right, and a lot of shit happened. And people converted. And we converted to reform and shit. And we got Hainaut Zeta, Beam, Alento, Tremec, Guantanamo, Pamlico, Powhatan, Susquehanna, Seneca, Niagara, and Ottawa. So again, more expansions in North America, with expansion in Western Europe as well. And Spain. Bern and Zeta, I believe. No, Zeta and Alejandro. No, never mind. And Zeta is actually in the Balkans, so expansion there as well. So Alejandro, yeah, good expansion. Then came the Regency Council for 5 years until 9 December 1608, where nothing much happened. Actually, never mind. They got Moron and Cape, although pretty much these were. I think these wars were the wars and the conquest were already in progress by good old Frederick I. After him came Augustus I, who campaigned a brief third Serbian jihad there. The brief Huron occurrence of Seneca also happened and was quickly put down. The epic second Algerian jihad against Great Britain also happened. The brutal second British crusade against Morocco ended after 1 year. The British-Tuscanese Communication War lasted for 2 years. The minor second Huron conquest of Great Britain. The epic British-Austrian trade war ended after 1 year. Epic. Epic Huron-British religious war. And a lot of shit. Augustus I wisely made a decision to convert to Protestantism. He favored innovative. Oh my god. During his reign, the provinces of Melilla, Kabila, Constantine, Marrakech, Safi, Fiugi, Ifni, Sus, Atlas, Ores, Biskra, Kutak, Jaffna, Corrales, Tennessee, Chickasaw, Pensacola, Alabama, Tuskegee, Yamase, Chiahaka, Catawba, Cherokee, Cherawa, Tuscoraga, Acadia, Huron, Traza, Great Karoo, Menabe, Boina, Antanaverio, and Bone were gained. And we lost Kosovo because we gave it away, I believe. We made the vast lot of them. So yeah, a lot of expansion in North America. And we had our first queen, Anne the First, who participated in the bloody Fourth Algerian Conquest. She ruled from 23 April 1652 to 15 July 1692. So, right, minor British conquest of Shawani, Deva Bengali British religious war, brief second Burgundian conquest of Liège, short Shawani British religious war, long British Burgundian unification war, brief second Shawani British religious war, minor British French unification war. Well, at this point we were finally getting some steam behind this and some power behind our armies, and we were pushing Western Europe, clearing Burgundy and the last remnants of the French, more or less. And after her came Octavius I. And this time we were favoring Latin names, apparently, Roman names. Octavius and Augustus and Anne. Well, you can't be perfect. He reigned from 15 July 1692 to 26 December 1703. Took part in the Algerian conquest of Kabylia for 1 year, the brief second British intervention to somewhere. We fought against the Austrian, the second British intervention, in the Battle of Bessarabia, where we kicked the ass of Wilhelm von Nymphenburg. That is why I made the decision to pass Joint Stock Companies Act. These are the provinces of Bourgogne, French Comte, Lyonnais, Algar, Mahican, Cambrai, and Charleroi. So French and North African expansion during the reign of Octavius I. And then came George II, the epic George II, who I believe decided to screw me over 3 times with my stability. Oh, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. He was involved in the brutal war of British aggression against Bulgaria and Transylvania. What? No, against Transylvania and Hungary, I believe. The minor British Portuguese colonial war, the Bohemian Polish imperialistic war, the long Gondwanese Devan Bengali trade war, the brutal British conquest of Tunisia, the short Polish conquest of Ukraine, the British conquest of Fez, the bloody Mamelucan conquest of Great Britain. Yeah, that went well for them. And we crushed them. And a lot of shit. Yeah. Oh my god. During his reign, the provinces of Larissa, Naxos, Languedoc, Provence, Viscay, Barcelona, Rhodes, Tunis, Jaffa, Gabes, Tripolitania, Sirit, Cyrenaica, Libya, Alexandria, Delta, Dimientia, Gaza, Sinai, Mende, Manila, Samtoi, Cagayan, Honduras, Tamulias, Ozgrach, Quapau, Chamaroa, Chocotau, Potawatomi, Michigan, Wyandot, Unarmarki, and Acea Morgaine. So, I guess George II was pretty much in charge, or maybe George III fucked up. So George II is pretty much the one responsible for North African conquest, most of it. George III followed George II, obviously, from 19 September 1748 to 13 October 1768. He took part in the minor Second Mamlukan conquest of Great Britain for 1 year, the unsuccessful Malian conquest of Great Britain for 13 years. Oh, that was a long one. The brutal Third British Intervention, where we were accompanied, the epic War of Knights Revolution, which was promptly crushed, the Second War of Dutch Aggression for 5 years, the minor Mamelucan conquest of Alexandria for 1 year, brutal Moreani conquest of Larissa, British War over Bourbonian provocation for 7 years. You know, I'm guessing that was one of those involving the Holy Roman Emperor, fucking bastard. In the Battle of Champagne, the Breton forces, led by Henry I Roazhon, attacked Alexander de Lomenie and his Champagnian forces. Might have been a Holy Roman War. Might have been a French remnants conflict. The 1870 100-man strong men were almost unscathed, and the 11,000 Champagnian defenders almost to the front. Yeah, and this was a cleaning up battle. Yeah, as I said, it's not perfect. It will basically show where you crushed your enemy. But this was not the most important battle. It never is. Basically, this is the battle after the important battle, where we actually crushed their moran and they ran away, and we caught up with them in this battle, in the Battle of Champagne, I guess. Yeah. And stuff happened. Wisely the superintendent, Emperor George, in the year 1757, Emperor George III was proclaimed De Gratia Romanorum. Oh God. De Gratia Romanorum Imperatorul Electus Semper Augustus. How the fuck? With the grace of God, Roman Emperor elected forever. Augustus. So basically, he's Augustus George III, or something like that. So George III was the first to actually get the Holy Roman throne and keep it for a while, until Charles II came and we lost it. But first, during the reign of George III, we got Malta, Albania, Berry, Orleans, Asiut, Suma, Mojave, Yavani, Pueblo, Arpeno, Jicalia, Mandanci, Pera, Menomine, Sok, Cascarivia, Coquia, Miami, Apekik, Burgas, and Negev. So expansions everywhere, minor, but they piled up. Islands, Albania, expansion in Balkans, expansion in France, expansion in North America, expansion in against the Ottomans in the Balkans. I don't know what the fuck that is. Charles II ruled for 14 October 1768 to 29 May 1788. Man, this is taking forever, more or less. He took part in the minor Second British Conquest of Fez for 2 years, the long First Holy Roman Intervention against Wolfsburgian Würzburg, probably. The bloody Kievan-Austrian punitive war for 9 years. Status quo. The war was decided in the Battle of Erseberg when 4,000 Ottoman for the 39,000 man strong Austrian army led. So I guess we held the Austrian in this one. A successful fourth Holy Roman intervention lasted for 6 years. Battle of Varmland, where the British forces led by Archibald Frobisher attacked Eric Gunn and his Swedish force. The 9,000 strong British forces completely crashed the 50,000 Swedish defenders. Well, they suffered so many losses. Again, it's not perfect, it says it's unsuccessful, but I'm pretty sure we won all of this shit. Emperor Charles also participated in the brutal British-Byzantine border war. At this point, Byzantium had gotten out of our... actually had been freed again, I believe we freed... something like that. For 5 years. No, never mind. Yes? No. We had another Holy Roman intervention, the 5th one, who lasted another 5 years. We fought them against Bavaria. Yeah, I remember that one, kinda. It's all a fog. During his reign, Emperor Charles I was also proclaimed the Gracia Romana Imperator, Electus Semper Augustus. Also Holy Roman Emperor. Forever, apparently, until he died. Charles III mercilessly favored plutocracy. In the reign of Charles III, the province of Athens, Macedonia, Edirne, Tangiers, Kiowa, Kansas, Pawnee, Missouri, Omaha, Lakota, Seminole, Timokra, and Appalachia gained. During his reign, the province of Muskogee were lost. After him came Adolphus I, and ruled forever, on 29 May 1788, until the end of times. Whoa, this? So we rule until... what? What? So the game ends... 1821, doesn't it? He ruled almost 40 years, more or less, I guess. How long does he ruled a lot, Augustus I, indeed a lot. He took part in the bloody Mauryan conquest of Athens, the War of Songhai aggression for 2 years, the minor Ottoman conquest of Athens, which ended after 3 years, the British War over Toulousian provocation for 3 years, the short Prussian reconquest of Maracaibo for 10 years is not a short Prussian reconquest. But I guess we needed all that time to deal with Prussia, more or less. Shouldn't Prussia already be on its final legs this year? I don't know. The short, of course, I had to fuck it up by running out of space to record to. Again, thank you for watching. I will now show you the map, how it looks like, and see how it goes.